Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we're unboxing the Surface laptop. This thing came out they announced it May 2nd as part of the Microsoft EDU event, and it ships with Windows 10s, which they announced at the same event, and that's the version of Windows where you can only install apps from the store. Now, if you buy this thing before March, you get a free upgrade to Windows 10 Pro if you want it. After that, it's like $49. The one they sent me is the Platinum model. It also comes in Graphite Gold, Burgundy, and Cobalt Blue, which personally, obviously, I would have preferred Burgundy or Cobalt Blue, but it is what it is. It's the Core i5 model with 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage. All right, and so we're just gonna cut into this here, and we will take the plastic off. Obviously, they sent me a brand new one, which is pretty awesome. All right. And let's just get this open. All right, so let's see what's in the box. Because, yeah, I mean, Surface laptop. So, it's just a standard laptop form factor. If you're unfamiliar with Microsoft Surface product lineup, they have Surface Book, which is kind of like the powerhouse of the lineup, really. And they just announced Surface Book 2, which it's a detachable screen with the base can have up to an NVIDIA GTX 1060 GPU in it. So this, by the way, not only was I a little disappointed by the color, I was also disappointed by the chip that they gave me, because the Core i7 model includes the Iris Plus 640 graphics, and the Core i5 model includes HD graphics 620. And I don't have a lot of laptops that have the Iris Plus graphics, and I kind of wanted to test that out, but it is what it is. So super light. I tried this thing when it came out at the event. It's really nice. Feels premium. Although the keyboard always felt kind of plasticky to me. So let's see what else is in the box. Alright, this is just some paperwork or whatever, and I assume there's a charger in here. Obviously, Surface Connect. There is no USB Type-C. There's a USB Type-C on the book too, which is cool. But yeah, Surface Connect, standard, same power cable as that they've been using since the Pro 3. Okay, and on to the device itself. Let's start getting this plastic off here because I hate the plastic. Yeah, here we go. And I mean, obviously it keeps it nice in the package. Sure. Okay. So we can open this up. And you can see it has that Alcantara keyboard, which feels nice and soft. They said there's like a film covering it so that it's easy to clean. And because I have the signature type cover that I got for my Surface Pro 3, and that's Alcantara, and it's a mess by now. There's like brown spots down here, and it's just been around and whatever. So we can see on this side we have the Surface Connect port. So think about Surface Connect. It is USB 3.1 Gen 1, which means that it supports up to 5 gigabits per second of data transfer. And Microsoft sells a dock where you can plug in a mini display port, some extra USB ports, wired internet. So, like I said, 5 gigabits per second, and they don't want to switch to Thunderbolt 3 just yet. And Thunderbolt 3 is 40 gigabits per second, and you can plug in up to 2 4K displays or one 5K display. So, yeah. So we have mini display port over here and a single USB Type A port. So for me, I'm not a big fan of devices that have just the one Type A port, because that always has a mouse in it. So now, if I want to plug in something else at any given time, like a flash drive or something, I can't do that. So, and I mean, there are some devices like the HP Spectre X360 where there's 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports on the side, and I could use a different flash drive for that. So let's find the power button here and boot it up, because I actually have no idea where the power button is. I've used so many Surface Pros where the power button's right on top that I don't even know where to look. Oh, damn, it's right on the keyboard. Wow. Oh, so we see it booting up here. We have the Windows logo. There's a bit of a glare here, but that's all right. Okay, so this guy should be about done setting up, and So it did find some updates. It said it had to install them, although I always find there are more afterward. So that wasn't the full creators update. So that's the first thing I'm going to check for, because unlike regular PCs with a regular version of Windows 10 installed, you can't run the Update Assistant on Windows 10s. So there's no way to force the full creators update on this. One thing that you can do, though, which I saw a lot of people saying that you couldn't, which is that you can update the OneDrive sync client, because a lot of people aren't getting OneDrive files on demand after upgrading to the full creators update. So I published a video about how you can manually install that sync client and choose which folders you want to show on demand. And Windows 10s, you can still do that. What you have to do, though, and it's a little weird, is you have to put the PC offline, and then it won't validate the file online. Now that doesn't work with everything. We'll see once we get this booted up. You can't do that with like Google. You can't do that to get Google Chrome installed. It really just I've only seen it work with OneDrive. I assume it works with some other Microsoft apps that work on here. Because remember, OneDrive is a Win32 app, so there are some Win32 apps that work on here, and in fact, Windows 10s is really just Windows 10 Pro, but with some restrictions on it. You can run Hyper-V on Windows 10s. You can do plenty of stuff, and you can install Windows 10s on any PC that's licensed for pretty much any version of Windows 10 except Home. And there's an installer, but there's no ISO, so you can't create media with the media creation tool, and that's really all you get. So just to show that we're on Windows 10s, let's go and try to install Google Chrome. And it's not going to let me, but you get to see just how Windows 10s works. All right, so we're going to go on here. I don't like clicking on the ad, because it's giving them money for something that I was going to do anyway. I don't even know why they buy that ad. It's obviously going to be the top search result anyway. So this should download. And, well, maybe is it going to download? So just click here to retry. Okay, guys, it took a little effort, but I got this thing to download. And I just installed the latest cumulative update. So I've had this problem before a lot with Windows, and it's basically just that if you don't, so like early versions of the Creators Update just don't want to install Chrome from Edge, and you take what you want from that because everything else seems to work, but whatever. So if we try to open this, we will see that get apps from the store, and usually you still want to see how, and then you'll be able to go into the store and upgrade to Windows 10 Pro. It's free right now, so or you can punch in your own key if you want to waste it. But if you look at the differences here, you can see that install any app is not checked for Windows 10s, and join a domain is not checked. Everything else is there, like Hyper-V. Like you can create VMs, you can run Visual Studio. Well, you can't run Visual Studio because it's a Win32 app, but yeah, I mean most of the Pro features work. Like Hyper-V is not on Windows 10 Home. There are some other features that aren't here, like the Windows subsystem for Linux. That's not on Windows 10s, and there's like some other things. But there's also a lot of workarounds, and it's really interesting. So I'm not going to upgrade this to Pro right now because I'm going to be reviewing it on Windows 10s, or at least for as long as I can stand it, because I use Chrome and Photoshop and a bunch of other stuff. So I don't think this is going to get the full creators update right now because it just installed a cumulative update instead. But we can try running the update assistant with Wi-Fi turned off before we wrap this up. And by the way, you cannot change the default browser. Not that there are really any browsers to choose from in the Windows Store, but you can't change the default search engine either. So here I am using Bing, and now if I want to get to the media creation tool, the top option is intowindows.com, and I'm obviously not going to click on that. So this is the actual Microsoft link that I had to scroll halfway down the page to get to. And so let's just see if we can run the Update Assistant. We're going to save it. It shouldn't let us run it from the beginning. So if we open the folder here, I assume this won't work. Right, that won't work. And what we can do, we're going to try shutting off Wi-Fi, because that works with the Onedrive client, remember. So let's just give that a try. And yeah. Ah, that's only... Okay. Yeah, so I guess it only works with certain things. So, if you do want to upgrade your Windows 10s machine to the full Creators Update manually, I guess the way to do that, that would be to upgrade the machine to Windows 10 Pro, and then, force upgrade to the full Creators Update, and then use the Windows 10s installer that's publicly available. And that's about it for now. I'm going to have a lot more on this stuff. I'm going to keep it on Windows 10s and see what this is all about. I mean, obviously, I've used Windows 10s. I have VMs running it and fast-ring VMs. But this is going to be my first machine that's actually made for Windows 10s. So that's it. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.